Hello, in this video we're taking a look at subliminal messages. What are they and can they work for things like driving anxiety? Well, a subliminal message is a kind of secret, hidden message that some people believe you can put into video and audio, and the idea is that people's subconscious picks up on this message and they take it in and act on it without knowing. Now, a lot of this comes from an experiment. I can't remember exactly when this was. I think it was in the 1950s, I can't remember. But it was a while ago. And this man did a thing where he put inserts into a film. I think he was in a cinema. People went to pay and watch this film. And for a very brief moment, I think it was about a second or less than that, they would flash up text on the screen which would say things like buy drinks, buy food, and you wouldn't really notice it because it was so fast it flashed on and off the screen that the idea was your subconscious mind would take it in and you would then go and buy more food and buy more drink. And this experiment was announced and they claimed that it led to an increase in food and drink sales or whatever it was they were selling. And the thing is, it got to the point where the authorities had to actually ban subliminal messaging because they were so worried that you could get people to vote in certain ways and do certain things with it. But the thing is, it was a load of rubbish because the man who did it admitted that he made it all up and it was all just like a bit of a joke or something. But because there was a theory behind it, everyone started believing it and started doing it when it's actually a load of rubbish. But before people say, oh no, it's true, it works, what actually works is something similar but different, which is called PWA. That's perception without awareness. A great example is here. Can you see on the right and on the left there is a national speed limit sign? Now when you're an experienced driver you may see that without even knowing you've seen it, and you start accelerating, and that's how people drive. It's largely down to perception without awareness, or in some cases no perception with no awareness. But that's what actually works. So the thing is, can you do these subliminal tracks online where you lie down, and if ever you've done these, they're things like people will whisper something, like they'll be whispering a story about, a man goes into a village and he meets this woman and they go for a drink and whatever. But then at the same time as that, they'll be whispering something in the background like, you can drive. It's a load of absolute rubbish. Just going to get around because they're waiting to go into that place there. It doesn't work, and it's been proven to be a load of rubbish over and over again. There was a big fad, I think it was in the 70s, the 1970s, might have been the 80s, where there was this thing where people claimed that you could learn a foreign language overnight. And you could buy these tapes, cassette tapes, if anyone remembers cassette tapes, and you would put headphones on and you'd play these tapes overnight. And the idea is that when you woke up in the morning, you would be able to speak Spanish or French or whatever, because overnight your subconscious mind had taken in how to speak these languages. Well, guess what? It didn't work. It's a load of rubbish. It was nothing more than a sales thing, and it simply didn't work. And if you don't believe it, if you do believe it works, go and do it. Go and listen to these things overnight, and apparently in the morning you'll wake up being able to speak a foreign language. But it doesn't work because it doesn't do anything. People often say to me, I listened to one of your hypnosis tracks and I fell asleep during it, which is not because it's boring, but they said it was so relaxing and calming. I fell asleep. Will it still work? No. There's often this myth about how, yes, it will still work because your subconscious mind takes in the subliminal messages. Rubbish. It's absolute utter rubbish. If you fall asleep, just going to put a window down, not so I don't fall asleep because it's going to be warm. If you fall asleep during a hypnosis track or something like that, it does not just go into your mind. This is nonsense. Subliminal messaging does not work. But like I say, perception without awareness is a real thing. So what's the difference? Well, you've probably seen this in YouTube videos, for example. Have you ever seen someone who has got a cushion in the background with subscribe written on it? That's perception without awareness, because you are taking that in. Subconsciously you are thinking, subscribe. When they have, when you get to 100,000 subscribers and you get a silver play button and they hang it in the background and they don't mention it, they don't point to it, but it's there. That is perception without awareness. It's not subliminal where you flash things up in front of people. It's actually quite different. And it works because they subconsciously think, sorry, hey, this person's got loads of subscribers, they must know what they're talking about, which of course means nothing, because all it means is lots of people have clicked on a button. Doesn't mean they know what they're talking about. But yeah, that's perception without awareness. So if you're wondering, does hypnosis work, if I fall asleep? No. And this is why a lot of the what I'll call fluffy hypnosis doesn't work, because they'll rely on you falling asleep halfway through a track and they'll say, oh, it worked, the hypnosis was powerful and it worked and you went to sleep and your subconscious mind took it all in. It's rubbish. You can tell I think it's rubbish because I have trouble even saying it when I say that kind of stuff. No, it's just rubbish. That is not how hypnosis works. This is why distracting yourself doesn't work. If you're scared of driving, like you can't see this, but right now I've got a lorry driver behind being very aggressive right on my bumper, and if I brake they'll crash into me. Well, if you distract yourself with these silly methods, like think of 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch and whatever, it doesn't work because that's just distracting you. And the idea is that as you get distracted, your subconscious mind takes in subliminal messaging, and it's all rubbish, okay? Subliminal messaging does not work. Yes, there is a way you can do it, and yes, there are great examples of where you can get people to say things and do things and think things by putting things around them. But that's perception without awareness, not subliminal messaging. So just thought to make that video talking about that, and I hope you find that interesting because there's many different elements to what I do. Check out these videos on the screen now to learn more about me and my work, and if you'd like to work with me one-to-one online from anywhere in the world, contact me through my website firstdrive.com. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you again soon for more videos.